Good morning, baseball fans, and welcome to the Irish Yard. First matchup features the visiting team on the scoreboard. That will be Brookings, the Bandits, post 74. And the home team, Kasson, post 333 in this Marshall Legion Woodbat tournament. Let's meet the starting lineups first for Brookings. Leading off will be the center fielder, number 1, Trey Christofferson. Batting second, the catcher, number 17, Jace Bauer. Batting third, the shortstop, number 9, Cooper Schneider. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 23, Tyson Antonin. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 10, Jay Harris. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 3, Nolan Wagner. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 40, Kyson Rear. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 2, Ryan Lockram. And batting ninth, the first baseman, number 34, Ryder Anderson. Reserves include Max Jensen, Breck Wilson, and Tane Frederick. Brookings coached by Carter Roach and Jackson Krogman. Now the starting lineup for Kasson. Leading off the pitcher, number 19, Owen Abbott. Batting second, the left fielder, number 1, Brock Weiss. Batting third, the shortstop, number 4, Sam Gronke. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 25, Drew Fredrickson. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 6, Holden Bolster. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 20, Quinn Weiss. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 22, Braylon Fredrickson. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 18, Caden Weifels. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 5, Braden Brown. Playing center field is number 2, Evan Carling. Kasson is head coached by Logan Simeote. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps as we honor America by playing our national anthem. Also reserve player for Kasson, number 10, Charlie Hazer. Leading off the top of the first for Brookings, center fielder number 1, Trey Christopherson. And good morning, baseball fans. Once again, here at the Irish Yard, final day of this Marshall Legion Woodbat tournament. As first game on the docket, we got Brookings taking on Kasson. Kasson is the home team. Post 333. Brookings, the Bandits, post 74. Up to bat with the center fielder, number 1, Trey Christopherson. The 2-0 stays up. 3 balls and no strikes. Pitching today for Kasson is Owen Abbott. He'll also be leading things off in the bottom of the first. His catcher today is Braylon Fredrickson. We got a count of 3 balls and no strikes. And that runs high, so a 4-pitch walk to lead things off. Now batting, catcher number 17, Jace Bauer. So once again, a 4-pitch walk to lead things off. Trey Christopherson scoots up to first. He's got that big old oven mitt on, ready to slide if he needs to after possibly stealing a base. Here's a called strike right down Broadway at 65 miles per hour from the pitcher, Owen Abbott. Around the infield, we'll get to that here in just a bit as we're working from the stretch, so working quickly is Abbott. Here's another called strike at 71. Over at third base, Caden Weifel. Shortstop is Sam Gronke. Second baseman, Holden Bolster. And first baseman is the number 25, Drew Fredrickson. Get to the outfielders here in a bit. The 0-2 breaking ball stays up. Over in the left field for Kasson today, got Brock Wise. Center fielder is Evan Carling. Right fielder is Braden Brown. We got Quinn Wise. He'll be doing the DH hitting in the 6th spot in the order in the bottom of the first. This one just misses. Owen Abbott asking, was it low or was it outside? From this vantage point, it looked like he was pretty good. Jace Bauer awaits the 2-2. Lifts this one high in the air. Should stay in the infield. Left side. Wind pushing it towards the shortstop. He'll call for it. Loses his hat on the play, but comes up without number 1. Now batting the shortstop, number 9, Cooper Schneider. So Cooper Schneider will step in, the right-handed batter, with Tyson Antonet on deck for Brookings. Catches the outside edge. The ball's end a strike. 67 miles per hour. Again, Christopherson reached on that 4-pitch walk, still sitting at first base. The 0-1. Back there, foul tip. Catcher holds on, no balls, 2 strikes. Cooper Schneider for Brookings getting the sign from his coach, steps back in. Got 2 strikes. We'll see if he takes off. There he goes. Fouled straight back. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one runs outside, 1-2. Tried to get him to chase something out of the plate or off the plate. The 1-2 is low, 2-2. Snyder once again takes a moment, gets the sign. Two balls, two strikes. Lifted high in the air, shallow, left center. It's going to stay in the infield. Yes, I don't think the wind is blowing as much as it was yesterday. Seemed like everything made it to the outfield yesterday. That's two down on another pop-up to the shortstop. And now batting the pitcher, number 23, Tyson Antonin. So nice job by the pitcher, Owen Abbott, able to induce a couple of weak pop-ups. Getting a couple outs after walking the first batter. There's a called strike, throw down to second. Is late, a nice steal for Trey Christopherson, getting into scoring position here with two down. Big lead over at second by Christopherson. Maybe trying to bait a throw and possibly sails into the outfield. We've seen a couple of those here in this tournament. A couple of errant pickoff attempts. Also have noticed some of these guys need slightly tighter hats. We've seen about three. Well, then again, usually you're not playing in 25 to 50 mile per hour winds. Two balls and a strike. Big pause by Abbott. Deals. Ooh, heads up. And that'll be another walk issued. So that'll put runners at first and second with two down here in the top half of the first. Somehow the scoreboard already says it's 10-0 though. Here's the left fielder, number 10, Jay Harris. Running for the pitcher over at first base is number 15, Brack Wilson. Courtesy runner, Brack Wilson replacing the pitcher, Tyson Antonin over at first base. Runners at first and second as Jay Harris steps up and looks at a pitch low and off the plate for ball one. Got a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a ground ball. That'll get by the shortstop, rolling to left center field. They're going to send the run across. The throw comes in. Caught in between second and third is Wilson. The throw down to third gets away from Kasson, and everybody's going to be safe. So an RBI single for Jay Harris, able to scoot up to second on the throw. Here's the second baseman, number 3, Nolan Wagner. .67 miles per hour on the inside edge. Owen Abbott able to get ahead of the batter here with 2 down, runners at second and third. Tricky spot here, already 1 run allowed. Here's a hard hit ball. That's a nice stop by the shortstop. Throw down to first is not going to be in time. A great play, and then it's bobbled at first, and that will allow the second run to come across as it was mishandled over at first by Drew Fredrickson. So a hit and an error. Now batting the third baseman, number 40, Kasson Rear. So an RBI single off the infield hit, and then the error on the first baseman after bobbling it. That allowed the second run to come across. That pitch is a ball. Throw down to second, not in time. So a stolen base for Wagner gets himself in scoring position. Already 3 runs across. That's at the knees for a called strike. Got a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. The pitch, breaking ball, swung on and lifted out of play, right side. Grounded right back to the pitcher. Grabbed by Abbott. He's just going to beat the runner to the base for a 1 unassisted play to close out this top of the first. Scoot on into the bottom of the first. Brookings pitcher fires that one in. That's Tyson Antonin. Walked and scored a run back at the top of the first. Here he is up on the mound. Deals a second pitch at 78 off the plate. Got a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Catcher today for Brookings is Jace Bauer. And get to the infielders after this 1-1. High and tight, 2-1. Over at third base is Kasson Rear. Shortstop is Cooper Schneider. Second baseman, Nolan Wagner. Over at first base is Ryder Anderson. Outfielders after this pitch. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, now 2-2. Over in left field for Brookings today, Jay Harris. Center fielder is Trey Christopherson. And out at right field is Ryan Lockram. As once again, here's the pitcher for Kasson in the box with a 2-2 pitch awaiting. And that's called strike three outside edge at 78. A punch out for Brookings pitcher Tyson Antonin to lead things off here in the bottom of the first. Now batting the left fielder, number 1, Brock Wise. Here's a hard hit ball, but it's tailing towards the center fielder. Sliding to a knee and making the play is Trey Christopherson for out number 2. Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Sam Gronke. So 2 quick outs recorded here in the bottom half of the first. After Brookings put up a 3 spot. This pitch is low and in the dirt, 70 miles per hour from Antonin. As the righty Gronke steps back in. That's a called strike. Gronke, he's kind of in the back inside corner of the batter's box. So he maybe thought that one was a little inside, but he's just kind of crowding the plate there. That one caught the inside edge. Here he slaps this one up the third baseline fair. Nice stab by the third baseman. Long throw over to first, and he beats him by a step. A beautiful throw right on the money for the third out, and that'll close out this first inning. In the bottom of the first for Kasson, they go down in order 1, 2, 3. Due up for Brookings. In the top of the second, Ryan Lockram, Ryder Anderson, and Trey Christopherson. Leading off the top of the second for Brookings. Right fielder number 2, Ryan Lockram. First pitch swinging is Ryan Lockram. He's going to lace that one into left field. A base knock. Here at the top of the second. Brookings picking up where they left off from that top of the first. Here's the first baseman, number 34, Ryder Anderson. So nice to see if you're on the Brookings side of things. Kind of late in the order. Number 8 hitter. Looking to be aggressive. Laces one out into left field. Gets things rolling here in the top of the second. Pitch high and tight. Throw down to second. Close play at second and called safe. Oh my. Sam Gronke thought he had the tag applied. But Lockram able to just slide right underneath it. Got a count of 1 ball, no strikes. Evens it up 1-1. I don't know, that was close. It looked like the throw was there in time. Looked like the tag was applied. It probably would have beat him, but maybe he just missed him. Or he just slid underneath it before it was applied. Either way, this one's fouled off. 1 and 2. Owen Abbott up on the bump. Takes a peek at the runner at second. The 1-2 is flared off to the left and out of play. Bounces off the viewing deck. Trickles off that. Here's a souvenir for a fan. Well, they better bring it back to the concession stand, actually. We're running out of baseballs here. Too many home runs yesterday. And there is a swing and a miss for out number 1. As Ryder Anderson cuts right through it for the first out. Back to the top of the order with the center fielder, number 1, Trey Christofferson. There's a pitch right down the middle at 66, maybe on the outside edge. No balls and a strike to the batter, Trey Christofferson. Walked and stole a base, also scored a run. Here it's right at me. Good thing there's a net right in front of us. The ball's 2 strikes. Yeah, I would have had to throw the left hand out. I think it would have been about right here. I would have had it. There's also a window in front of us, too. So, really thankful for the net.
You're well protected.
Just worried about the supports of the press box here on these 30-mile-per-hour windy days. This one's fouled off. But it hasn't tipped over yet. And and we've had a couple parties in here with some line dances, if you will.
With 40 people in here?
Yep.
You don't trust the engineers of the press box? Or what?
The O2 is low.
I mean, you can just say it.
No, it's solid. It's solid. It rocks a little bit, but I think, it's kind of like
the earthquake.
Those big skyscrapers
Yep.
and earthquake locations where they are built to kind of shake a little bit. Here's a hard hit ball out into right field. We'll have runners at the corners. A solid base rip by Trey Christofferson as Ryan Lockram scoots up to third. A 1-out single. Now batting the catcher, number 17, Jace Bauer. So now Bauer steps in, popped up to the shortstop, his first time up. Part of a string of back-to-back pop-ups to the shortstop back in the first inning. Here with runners at the corners, 1 down, just trying to avoid that double play. Puts the bunt down, pulls it back, throw down to second. And no double steal, but a stolen base. Is that a called strike, right? Yep. So Christofferson steals second, and now he can pretty much go halfway to third with the infield playing in. Pitch runs outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, both middle infielders, feet just on the infield dirt. This one runs high, 2-1. So Kasson trying to keep those runners put. Do a little look over, get the force out at first. This one's fouled off. Count goes to 2-2. Already down 3-0. Don't want to have any more runs come across early on in this ball game. Want to keep it as tight as possible. Get those bats woken up and make it a tight one. The 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Gets away from the batter. He runs the wrong way. Now he reverts back to first. So that'll be a dropped strike 3. Passed ball. And that'll load up the bases. Now batting the shortstop, number 9, Cooper Schneider. Once again, Ryan Lockram at third. Trey Christopherson at second. Now Jace Bauer at first. With one down. Corner infielders playing just in front of the bag. Middle infielders hoping for a possible double play ball, but it's going to be a tough one with Cooper Schneider. He's a pretty quick player as well.
Yeah, Josh, in this situation, I would like to see all the infield in. They're already down 3-0 with one out. You can't really give up any more runs and get a bigger hole. You got to be in here, in my opinion.
So 2 balls, no strikes. We got one down. There's a called strike. So right now you're kind of asking Owen Abbott to come up with a pop-up or a strikeout. Something that'll limit those base runners from moving too much, but now he's just got to focus on keeping it close to the plate with a count of 3 balls and 1 strike.
Nowhere to put him.
Just misses, not a bad pitch, but just could not get it to cross over the plate. That'll walk in a run. And now batting the pitcher, number 23, Tyson Antonin. Running over at second base is number 11, Max Jensen. And this one is absolutely roped into left center field. That is going to find the fence. Get away from the center fielder. All 3 runs will score. Digging for 3 is Antonin. The throw to third. Not in time. Sliding in safely is Tyson Antonin. A bases clearing sliding triple for Tyson Antonin. And just like that, this is a big ball game for this Brookings offense as they now lead 7-0. That's going to lead to a meeting on the mound for Kasson post 333. Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Jay Harris. So after a quick conversation on the mound, we're going to have a called strike at or around the knees to Jay Harris. Jay Harris, RBI single, scored a run back in the first. Here he cuts through this one quickly, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on its way, and that is low. 1-2. Notice the base umpire kind of leaning forward, hands on his knees there for a while. I think that's just so that the wind doesn't knock him over. A count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounded hard to the third base side. A great stop. Long throw down to first. And a great scoop, and he's out at first. What a great play, both by the third baseman and first baseman for Kasson. Caden Weifels the throw, and then an excellent scoop by Drew Fredrickson to secure out number 2. Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Nolan Wagner. What a great throw. Excellent scoop as well. Got a count of 1 ball, no strikes to the next batter, Nolan Wagner. Trying to get that extra run across. Sitting over there at third base. Thought about it. Lays off of it. Good ideas. It's now 2-0 as it runs just low at 65 miles per hour. Owen Abbott approaching 60 pitches already in this ball game. Just 5 outs recorded. There he finds the zone, 3-1. Breaking ball, called strike. Maybe a case of it's already 7-0. Swing the bat kind of a day. Fouled off, 3-2. Remains the count. Yep, still in that extreme heat warning. Highs forecasted in the upper 90s. Heat index values in the 105, 110 range again today. But there is relief. Naturally, highs in the low to mid 70s over the next few days after we're all done playing baseball. Does not help us today at all. Now batting the third baseman, number 40, Kasson Rear. Once again, baseball fans, another friendly reminder, if you want any shout-outs on the YouTube, just go ahead and leave your name, where you're from, who you're cheering for. We'll go ahead and mention that. Of course, I think I've been the only one to chat so far in these. No, you said something nice about the announcer. Okay, never mind. Must have been a different Anthony Dolan. Yeah. Now batting the right fielder, number 2, Ryan Lockram. In the top of the second, for Brookings, they score 6 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. Do it for Kasson. In the bottom of the second, Drew Fredrickson, Holden Bolster, and Quinn Wise. Leading off the bottom of the second for Kasson, first baseman number 25, Drew Fredrickson. Now batting the second baseman number 6, Holden Bolster. Here's a hard hit ball, and that'll be the first hit for Kasson here in the bottom of the second. A hard hit single by the second baseman, Holden Bolster. He'll be standing at first. Now batting the designated hitter number 20, Quinn Wise. Balls and a strike to the batter, Quinn Wise. His only job today is get on base, drive in runs as the designated hitter here in this morning. First baseball game here at the Irish Yard. Check over at the runner over at first. He's back in safely. Now batting the catcher, number 22, Braylon Fredrickson. So that's the second punch out here in this second inning for the pitcher, Tyson Antonin, Brookings. Braylon Fredrickson trying to drive in their first run of the ball game, down 9-0. Big hack. Fastball high and up at 77 miles per hour. No balls and a strike. Antonin takes a long look at the runner at second. Comes home with it. That one's high and tight as well. 1-1. Tyson had a very efficient first inning. Had a quick 1-2-3, a strikeout, a fly out, a ground out. Here he's picked up a couple of strikeouts after a single sprinkled in there. 2-1 now. And then that stolen base by Bolster. He's now once again standing in scoring position over at second base. Braylon Fredrickson awaiting the 2-1 pitch. Takes another hack at it, 2-2. 78 miles per hour this time by Antonin. The 2-2. Nope. Ooh. Kind of interesting seeing how this pitcher, Tyson Antonin, he kind of understands the game of kind of those different leg kicks. You know, he's sometimes he's quick, sometimes he hesitates up top, sometimes he just trying to throw the batter and the runners off.
Trying to screw up the timing a little bit on those hitters, you know, give them a different look.
But he does walk Fredrickson here, puts runners at first and second. Running for the catcher over at first base is number 10, Charlie Hazer. Here's the third baseman, number 18, Caden Weifels. So now Weifels steps in. Couple runners on now as he ropes this one on a hop to the shortstop. Underhand toss. Ooh, over the head. Off the end of the glove. Rolls into right field. And a run will come across on the error. So a fielder's choice, E6. Run comes across. How about the right fielder, number 5, Braden Brown? So Kasson will take the runs any way they can get it. Down 9-1 now as this one's flared into foul territory. Just enough space for the first baseman, Ryder Anderson, to come up with a catch and close out this bottom of the second. In the bottom of the second for Kasson, they score 1 run. On 1 hit, there was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. Due up for Brookings in the top of the third. Ryder Anderson, Trey Christopherson, and Jace Bauer. Also, baseball fans, if you are hungry, fresh off the grill, we got some brats and burgers for you. We got some Philly cheesesteak brats here this morning at the Irish Yard. Got a bunch of other drink options, snack options, if you want some sunflower seeds, peanuts, slushies. Hopefully the slushie machine is still keeping up with the heat. Plenty of things to keep you cool here on this Sunday at the Irish Yard. Leading off the top of the third for Brookings. First baseman number 34, Ryder Anderson. So now it's Anderson's turn to bat. Looks at a breaking ball up. 1 ball, no strikes from pitcher Owen Abbott. Grounded up towards the first base dugout. Ball and a strike. Time's called as we had to track down that last baseball. 1 ball and a strike. Nice pitch there. Bends back. 64 miles per hour. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anderson thought that one was coming inside on him, but it tailed back over the plate. This one drops low. 2-2. Wind. Just lob it out there at 40 miles per hour. Let the wind do the rest. The 2-2. This one's fouled up the first baseline. Missed it by about 1.5 feet. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, just hopefully he doesn't rip it down the first baseline because there's a baseball already sitting in play. And he does just that. Oh, dear. Okay, so that's going to find the grass. Luckily, the right fielder able to track it down before it gets to the second baseball out there. Ryder Anderson with a solid base knock to right. Back to the top of the order with the center fielder, number 1, Trey Christopherson. So a solid base knock by the number 9 hitter. Like to see that after he struck out swinging in the second inning. Still aggressive. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. Crosses over the zone for a call and strike at 58 miles per hour. Once again, that same slow pitch. It looks like it's tailing inside on those left-handed batters and then just zips right back over the plate. This one does dive inside, 1-1. Got a count of 2 balls, 1 strike with that runner over at first. That's Ryder Anderson, the first baseman. Small lead over at first. This one is laced into right field. On a hop, gets away from the right fielder for a moment. Anderson digging for a 3. The throw comes in. It looks like it's just up the third baseline. Everybody's going to be safe. Aggressive base running by Ryder Anderson and a smart heads-up base running play by Trey Christopherson. Following him right up, we got runners at second and third with nobody out here in the top of the third. Now batting the catcher, number 17, Jace Bauer. So possibly, would that be a hit and an error since, fumbled by the right fielder, which caused the extra base. This one popped up. That one's going to be caught by the shortstop. Here's the shortstop, number 9, Cooper Schneider. So, I'm going to call that a single and then an E9. On that previous play, hit by Trey Christopherson. Here's a high fly ball, but that one is tailing foul and out of play. The ball's and a strike to the batter, Cooper Schneider. So far today, he's 0 for 1. Popped up to the shortstop, his first time up. Walked with the bases loaded, got himself an RBI the easy way. also came around to score a run back in the second. This one gets away from the catcher, but only for a moment. Good job keeping it in front of him, Braylon Fredrickson. Infielders playing about halfway in. Feet just on the infield grass. The 1-1. Breaking ball drops in there at 62 for a called strike. 1-2. On deck is Tyson Antonin. He had that huge bases-clearing triple back in that last inning. He's driven in 3 runs, scored 2 runs. Here's a hard hit ball to the left, and that's carrying with the wind, and it is out of here. A big home run. Make it a 3-run shot for Cooper Schneider. It got out of here in a hurry. Now batting the pitcher, number 23, Tyson Antonin. So an absolute rocket by Cooper Schneider. A 3-run shot, got out of here in about 2 seconds. Now 2 balls and no strikes to Antonin. Everybody up and down the lineup so far coming up clutch for Brookings. Leaves this one up 3-0. Owen Abbott approaching 90 pitches here in this one as we're sitting in the top of the 3rd inning. There's a called strike, 69 miles per hour. There's a hard hit ball. That's going to drop right in front of the center fielder as he loses his hat. Quick toss in by Evan Carling, but a base knock for Tyson Antonin. He continues hitting the ball well. Running for the pitcher over at first base is number 15, Breck Wilson. Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Jay Harris. Jay Harris today, 1 for 2, RBI single, scored a run back in the first. Most recently grounded out to the 3rd baseman. This pitch just misses. That was one of those nice plays. We've seen a couple nice plays by both 3rd basemen here in this one. Here's a dribbler off to the right side. Scooped up, toss over to first. They get the force out there for out number 2. So a 4-3 play. Runner scoots up to second. 2 down. Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Nolan Wagner. Wagner's also had a great day at the plate. RBI single in the first. Walked and scored a run in the second. Also stole a base prior to that. Here he has a chance to drive in another run. With that runner in scoring position. Tyson Antonin's courtesy runner in Breck Wilson. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. As we got this baseball game rolling, I think just a couple minutes shy of 9 o'clock here this morning. So about an hour into game time. This is a hard hit ball down the 3rd baseline, and that is just beyond the reach of the left fielder for Kasson. Brock Weiss picks it up. He'll throw it in. It'll be an RBI double for Nolan Wagner, the number 6 hitter, coming up clutch. Drive it in, Breck Wilson from second. Now batting the third baseman, number 40, Kasson. Rear. So this Brookings offense continues to pour it on. Owen Abbott approaching 100 pitches. This will be number 95. And it's lifted foul and out of play behind home plate. No balls and a strike. Kasson Rear today grounded out to the pitcher. Back in the first inning to close that one out. Singled in the second, drove in a run, also stole a base. The 0-1. High and tight, 1-1. One ball, one strike. This is hit hard as well. High in the air, the wind carrying it. That will one hop off the wall. The throw comes in, another RBI double as the Brookings offense is teeing off. Back-to-back hard hit baseballs. How about in the right fielder, number 2, Ryan Lockram. There, Abbott finds the zone, gets ahead of the batter, no balls and a strike. Just trying to get out of this inning. He approaches his 100th pitch. This will be number 99. Breaking ball stays up. I do not envy him right now in this pretty warm day. Obviously, we're still in the morning, but it's been a hot weekend from start to finish. Here he gets the foul tip. 1-2. You're just kind of hoping and praying for quick innings, and when you get back to back to back, not so quick innings, you're just about all out of gas really quick. That was his 100th pitch. The 1-2. Swung out and missed to close out this top of the third. Abbott gets the strikeout. In the top of the third for Brookings, they get 5 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. Do it for Kasson in the bottom of the third. Owen Abbott, Brock Wise, and Sam Gronke. Leading off the bottom of the third for Kasson, the pitcher, number 19, Owen Abbott.
Now batting left fielder number 1, Brock Wise. Brock hits it to third. Third baseman gloves it and throws over to first base in time for out number 2. It's all happening so fast. Now batting shortstop number 4, Sam Greinke.
Pitch to Sam, swung on and missed for strike number 1. Sam, in his first at bat, he grounded out to third baseman. 5-3 put out to end the inning in the first inning. Pitch outside, runs the count even at 1-1. Curveball in there, top side of the zone, strike 2. You have to deal with the backup announcer here as our regular play-by-play guy went to go get a burger. As this ball is ripped foul down the left field line. Good piece of hitting by Sam Greinke. Just got to straighten that ball out. And we'll do the 1-2 again. Ball up for ball number 2. Ball hit lazily to shortstop. Shortstop gloves it on the run. And it gets away from Brookings' first baseman. You know what? We're going to give the guy a hit. The shortstop had to throw it on the run. Josh, I'm going to let you take it back over.
Pitching change for Brookings, now pitching number 1, Trey Christopherson. Hey, Tyson, can I get a thumbs up if you're playing center field? Tyson, are you playing center field? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Now batting for Kasson. First baseman number 25, Drew Frederickson. Absolutely smoked, and the wind is going to keep that one fair. Drew Frederickson sends that one up the first baseline into right field. We'll have runners at the corners. Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Holden Bolster. Holden Bolster, another kid that's been hitting the baseball really well this weekend. Singled, stole a base, and scored a run. Here he laces it right back up the middle, but the second baseman covering the bag, steps on the bag. Played that beautifully just to make sure he got the out. He steps on the bag a second time. 4 unassisted fielder's choice will close out this third inning. In the bottom of the third for Kasson, no runs, a couple hits, no errors, and a couple runners left on base. Do it for Brookings. In the top of the fourth, I got Ryder Anderson, Trey Christofferson, and Jace Bauer. Pitching change for Kasson. Now pitching is number 2, Evan Carling. And Owen Abbott will move out to center field, a straight swap. Leading off the top of the fourth for Brookings, first baseman number 34, Ryder Anderson. Back to the top of the order with the pitcher, number 1, Trey Christopherson. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Throw over to first in plenty of time for the 6-3 play. Back-to-back outs here in the top half of the 4th. Now batting the catcher, number 17, Jace Bauer. Three quick outs, 1, 2, 3, near the top of the 4th. In the top of the 4th, Brookings goes down in order 1, 2, 3, due up for Kasson. I got Quinn Wise, Braylon Frederickson, and Caden Weifels. Leading off the bottom of the 4th for Kasson, post 333. Designated hitter number 20, Quinn Wise. Scooting along into the bottom of the 4th after a quick 1, 2, 3 top half. First pitch from Trey Christopherson is high and off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes to the number 6 batter, Quinn Wise. He struck out looking his first time up, 0 for 1 today. Thought about swinging there, holds up, 2-0. Just above the belt, maybe on the outside edge. The 2-0 pitch is lifted high in the air, left side, and the wind pushing it, but nobody can reach it. Once again, we have that guess nobody went and got the baseball. So they're going to make somebody from the third base dugout go get the baseball. 2 balls and a strike Trey Christopherson up on the bump for Brookings. The Bandits post 74. There's a called strike, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, the pitch, and that drilled him. Now batting the catcher, number 22, Braylon Fredrickson. There's a hard hit ball that should drop in front of the left fielder. One hops into his glove, a base knock. Runners at first and second, nobody down here in the bottom of the fourth. Now batting the third baseman, number 18, Caden Weifels. Got a runner for the catcher, or no? Yeah, I think so. And running for the catcher is number 10, Charlie Hazer. The ball's at a strike to the batter, Caden Weifels. Reached on an error on the fielder's choice. One ball, one strike. This one runs inside as hit a grounder to the shortstop, and he underhand tossed it over the glove of the second baseman, Nolan Wagner. Forced everybody to be safe. One ball, one strike, the pitch. Christopherson bends it across. Nice break on that one. Looked like he was about to maybe take out his elbow, but instead crossed over the zone. He gets ahead. One ball, two strikes with nobody down. Once again, runners at first and second here in the bottom half of the fourth. Just low, not a bad pitch. Pitch just crossed below the zone at 70 miles per hour. Trey Christopherson working from the stretch. Takes a look at the runner at second. The 2-2 pitch. Another breaking ball is just dribbled foul. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom half of the fourth. Kasson trying to claw their way back into this one, down 14-1 after giving up 3, 6, and 5 runs in the first 3 frames. So a flared foul. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Christopherson deals. Well high, 3-2. On deck for Kasson is Braden Brown. He's also looking for his first hit here this morning. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and missed for out number 1. Big strikeout by Trey Christopherson. Picks up the first out here in the fourth. Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Braden Brown. Breaking ball from Christofferson stays up. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Braden Brown popped up in foul territory to the first baseman his first time up. 0 for 1 today. Batting in the 9 spot in the order. Playing the 9 position as well over in right field. Takes a hack at this one. Fouls it up over the netting. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Grounded to the right side. Glove on a nasty hop by the second baseman. Get the out there. Throw down to first. In time for the double play. So a 4-6-3 double play. And that'll close out this 4th inning. In the bottom of the 4th for Kasson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Duo for Brookings in the top of the 5th. Cooper Schneider, Tyson Antonin, and Jay Harris. Hey, leading off the... Let me turn that down. Top of the 5th for Brookings. We got the shortstop, number 9, Cooper Schneider. Whoopsie. When the pitch is so far inside, it's almost outside. Not a good start to this top of the 5th. See if we can settle back in. The 1-0. Oops. Evan Carling, the relief pitcher, started in center field. As this one hit hard but foul. This Brookings squad has been teeing off on this Kasson pitching and defense. 14 runs in the first 3 innings. But they went down quickly in that last half, or in that last inning. 1, 2, 3. And now the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1. To walk him on 5 pitches. Coming into the game for Tyson Antonin, we have number 15, Breck Wilson. So Breck Wilson gets his crack to bat. His chance to bat. A crack at batting. Hopefully he doesn't get a crack in his bat. Does not do so there as he swings right through it. 1 ball, 1 strike. We've seen Breck utilized as a courtesy runner a couple of times here this weekend. been thrown out there in a couple different positions as looks at this one well off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Got Jay Harris on deck for Brookings. After Cooper Schneider was able to draw a 5-pitch walk, standing at first base. This one gets away from the catcher. Schneider, up 13 runs, will just casually walk up to second base. On the wild pitch, now 3-1 once again. So I'm sure the coach, Carter Roach, Jackson Krogman, they kind of relayed to their squad. We don't need to be too aggressive, just kind of play casual, conservative baseball. Take the bases they give you, but don't make it look like you're trying to run up the score in a situation like this. As the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that'll run inside. So another walk issued. Here's the left fielder, number 10, Jay Harris. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Excuse me, nobody down. This one dribbled towards the first base dugout. It's not even going to make it there. Retrieved by the first base coach. The 0-1 is high, 1-1. So Evan Carling misfiring a little bit here. Walked a couple batters. Yet to record an out here in the top of the 5th. Now 2-0. And gets away from the catcher as it spiked before it hits or crosses home plate. Now a couple wild pitches. 3 balls and a strike. Lifted in the air, fouling out of play towards the squad of players that'll be playing in the next game here at the Irish Yard. Final game of the tournament. Had a couple on Friday, 4 on Saturday. This is game number 1 of 2 here this morning. And that'll be a walk. Runner's going to stay put. Once again, not being too aggressive on the base paths at this point. Here's the second baseman, number 3, Nolan Wagner. First pitch misses the zone at 71 miles per hour. Nolan today is 2 for 2. Singled, stole a base, drove in a run in the first. Walked and scored a run in the second. And had an RBI double in the third, also scored a run there. So he's been very productive batting in that 6th spot. Here he could drive in another run or 2 with the bases loaded, nobody out. There's a called strike on the outside edge at the knees. Carling still battling here up on the mound for Kasson. This one lifted in the air, shallow, right side of the infield. First baseman calls for it, backs up, moves to his right and comes up with the catch for out number 1. Good job tracking that one with the wind. Drew Fredrickson secures out number 1. Here's the third baseman, number 40, Kasson Rear. So 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Pitch is low and away at 71 miles per hour. Kasson, solid day at the plate as well. After grounding out to the pitcher his first time up. Had an RBI single. Stole a base there in the second. Had an RBI double in the third, 2 for 3 today. Technically halfway to the cycle, but he just needs a triple and a home run. Those are the easy ones, right? So it'll be a 4-pitch RBI walk, and the base umpire hands at his knees, just trying to stay upright here. Here's Ryan Lockram. So a little insurance run here for Brookings. Makes it a 14-run ball game. There's a wild pitch. Everybody stays put. Once again, we do have the mercy rule, 8 runs after 5. So Kasson will have to go on an absolute hitting tear in this next half inning. Try and keep this one going. The 1-1 is low, 2-1. Frank Wilson, the runner, at third. Jay Harris at second. Kasson Rear at first. 3 balls and 1 strike. And another walk issued. Here's the first baseman, number 34, Ryder Anderson. There we go. Ball's end to strike. Three balls and 1 strike. Obviously, we want to have nice approaches at the plate, but also maybe we just get some dummy swings out there. Even if it's not off the plate. There we go. This might be a tough play in left center field. And almost an amazing play by the shortstop. The throw down to third, trying to get the force out, and they do get it there. So that'll go down as a fielder's choice. They do drive in the run. And coming into the game to bat for Brookings, number 11, Max Jensen. Three runs have come across here in the top of the 5th. Extends that lead out. To 16 runs. Just swing the bat, please. Thank you. One hop into the right fielder's glove. Throw down to second is not in time. But it's a hit. And now coming into bat for Brookings, number 2018, Frederick. The base is loaded. 1 ball, no strikes. Detain Frederick batting for the first time here today. There's a strike. Just about 2 or 3 more of those. No. Here's Cooper Schneider. We need something to change. We need something to change this at this point. I mean, they just, yeah, at this point, we need to end the sufferings. Just start swinging the bat. Pitching change for Kasson, now pitching number 1, Brock Wise. Just came up with a new rule. If it reaches 3 balls, you have to swing. Here's Breck Wilson. You should have swung. Here's Jay Harris. I just don't. I mean, I get it. You got a good balanced approach at the plate. You got a good eye. Let's just swing. Just. Yeah. There we go. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. If you're going to watch this back on YouTube, just know you've had an excellent day at the plate. Great eye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In the top of the fifth, Brookings scores 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs. On one hit. No errors. And 3 runners left on base. Last chance for Kasson, due up in the bottom of the fifth. Top of the order, Owen Abbott, Brock Wise, and Sam Gronke. Also, our outfield scoreboard actually doesn't go up to 20, so we usually just put 19. But the score is 20-1. Or 14, that works too. All right, here we go, leading off the bottom of the fifth for Kasson. Number 19, Owen Abbott. First pitch swinging is Owen Abbott, trying to get things rolling here, obviously. This one's pretty much insurmountable at this point, down 20-1. Just want to see a good approach at the plate, get some good at-bats together. Try and leave with your head held high. The 0-2. Swung on, grounded to the left side, gloved. Strong, low throw, not a great throw. In fact, it'll be an error. Here's number 1, Brock Wise. Trey Christofferson gets ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. After Owen Abbott able to reach on the error, throwing error by the third baseman. The 1-2. High and tight, 2-2. Just got to keep it around the zone. Force him to swing. Trust your defense. Try and get out of here. There's a pop-up, shallow center field, carrying towards the center fielder. Once again, we got another lost hat. These 30-mile-per-hour winds. That's out number 1. Here's number 4, Sam Gronke. Owen Abbott stays put over at first base. Gronke today 1 for 2, singled and grounded out to the third baseman. There's a strike. 68 miles per hour. Trey Christofferson bends it back across. The 0-1. There's another strike, 0-2. Gronke, at this point, you got to be ready to swing the bat. Anything close, you got to be attacking that up at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. 1-2. Good leave there on the waste pitch by the pitcher, Trey Christofferson, trying to get him to chase a bad pitch. Now Christofferson should go right back to challenging him here somewhere in the zone. The 1-2. And he does that. It's lifted high in the air to left field. Left fielder backs up, has a track on it. It's got it for out number 2. That's Jay Harris making a play out on the left. Here's number 25, Drew Frederickson. Again, Brookings, they just started pouring it on early. 3 runs in the first, 6 in the second, 5 in the third, and then 6 in the fifth. Here's a line shot. That's going to find fair territory as it's going to roll all the way to the fence. Kicks away from the right fielder, Frederickson, with a stand-up double. They're looking to score a run as the throw comes home, and they're going to send him right back. But a solid base knock by Frederickson. He continues to hit the baseball well. Here's number 6, Holden Bolster. So Kasson trying to put up at least a run or 2 on the board before closing this one out. They got 1 out. They got no outs to work with, as we got 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th. You got a count of 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter, Holden Bolster. He is 1 for 2. Single, stole a base, scored a run back in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice. This one lifted up out of play. 2-2. Kasson Manorville, Kasson Post 333 down to their final strike. Near the bottom of the 5th with that 8-run mercy rule in effect. 8 runs after 5, and we're obviously well past that point. The 2-2 is low, 3-2. This one is driven out into left. That's going to score 1 run for sure. Fredrickson scoots up to third. RBI single for Holden Bolster. Here's the designated hitter, number 20, Quinn Wise. That one's going to get by the first baseman, an error there. Here's number 22, Braylon Fredrickson. Now 0-2. That is a final via the mercy rule here in 5 innings. Final score, Brookings 20, Kasson 3. Thank you, Brookings and Kasson fans, for coming out to the tournament here this weekend. It was toasty. Hopefully we kept you well fed and hydrated throughout the event. Big shout out to all you coming out throughout this weekend. If you want a bite to eat or a beverage before you go, you're more than welcome to do so. Once again, another friendly reminder to pick up any trash you have around you, place it in a trash receptacle located around the grounds here at the Irish Yard, and please drive home safely. Up next, we got our final game of the tournament here in about 20 to 30 minutes.